Now we're recording.
Now that we've turned on the microphone,
unmute.
We're recording.
All right, let me check the levels here. Everyone,
hello, one listener.
Hello.
Mumble, Mark.
Mumble.
Jen. Quick check, Jen.
Hello.
Jen's birthday.
Happy birthday,
John. Happy birthday.
Hello.
We can hear Ray, I think, right?
I hope so.
Okay, yeah, you've got the same levels as me, approximately. All right, and Nick.
And then there's Ray.
Yeah, so does my mom tells me that I'm pretty loud sometimes.
Yeah. Let's not...
My mom says I'm handsome.
Alright, last we left off, we were riding out of Kolberton on horses acquired by Drax being a greedy little fuck, for lack of a better term.
What?
I'm not little.
Sorry.
That's my point of contention with that statement.
No. He was like, wait, you can give us stuff. Give us everything. I want this stick. I want this hay. Give me that horse. But we got horses out.
Let me a horse.
On the stick.
Sorry, Drax. That was a bad word. Give me this horse. Give me this stick. Give me this horse on a stick.
No, it's badger on a stick. Oh, that too. Oh, my badger on a stick.
I'm pretty sure this badger on a stick is actually a horse on a stick.
I would like to point
Tastes
out...
like mare.
I would like to point out that, in fact, our wagon that we have behind us is actually a cart for badger on a stick.
So we're riding in the badger wagon?
Yes, the badger wagon.
Badger wagon.
Yes. I bought a.
Did you guys get a wagon? I thought you just got.
No, we just got horses.
Yeah.
I brought a badger stand.
Legitimate businessman.
Ray invested in badger meat.
It's like, here's the thing that's selling right now.
No, Ray just went up to one of the badger stands and went, "Hey, look over there!
My cabbages!"
Now wherever we go, there's like this. We have like a little, badger on a stick festival following us now.
Yes, that's it. It's a good fest.
It's like those people who like quest all over the states to follow the McRib as it goes from
Yes,
area to
exactly.
area. Did you hear they're doing another Rib Fest down too?
Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Starts tomorrow.
Ridiculous.
Woo! So,
Ridiculous would be amazing.
Drive by ribs. Alright, so what are we doing?
It's going to be amazing.
We're planning to drive by ribs.
Oh, yes. So I hear you're going to drive by and you're going to have some ribs.
Yeah.
Excellent. The plan is complete.
So Friday, when I pick you up,
I'm debating because I had plenty of ribs at the June one, and having it twice a year all of a sudden just makes it seem sort of less.
It's
So John's crazy.
As John's on drugs, or it's not even the real John. It's like double
Quick, throw
John.
that guy outside.
Wait, John. I have a test for you. Tell me about your cat.
But what really gets me about the whole thing is that it's Ribtoberfest, and generally anything with the suffix Toberfest involves beer. They don't have beer.
But you can go to Oktoberfest.
You can also go to any of the places that are patios at Ribfest and order
I
a
know,
beer.
but if it was Ribtoberfest, you'd think you'd be able to get ribs and beer.
I bet you the licensing for that would be really shitty.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what it is.
To get a bunch of open air
beer
distributing licenses
in downtown Ottawa.
They did Oktoberfest with beer and sausages last weekend on Spark Street, and it worked fine. So
I didn't see any actual kiosks that had beer on Spark Street.
Maybe it's next week. Anyway, they've got it at some point.
I'm like looking down Spark Street. I remember literally walking George going, look how dead it is! And like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't some kind of Oktoberfest.
It's one guy.
I love drinking. Oh, that's town drunk. Never mind him. Continuing on. John, what are you doing here?
Scotchtoberfest. It's not a thing.
Boilermakers all around.
So yeah. So we're marching out of town in a horse.
We have
On a horse.
transportation.
In a horse.
Quiet, we're Trojan warriors. Now keep pushing.
Riding into the sunset.
Yes.
This is so inconspicuous. This giant wooden horse going through the forest.
now just imagine Allie pulling a huge wooden horse.
It's a gift for the next town.
My God, that cleric is super strong.
And that's when the campaign jumped the shark.
Alright. We're riding towards... I don't even know what the next town is called. I can't
You
remember.
guys are heading towards Aldville. That was the name
right.
of the town that you were
heading. AULD, right?
ALD.
Okay. Alright.
And you were heading for the Wild Pony, which was the inn that you were to look for.
The person who we give the letter to.
We can give our summary now since we actually do that. Where basically you guys left the town with some gifts from Lord Kolberton, as well as a sort of a letter of introduction, like a privateering license almost, as well as a fakey letter. I mean, it's a real letter, a real description
Describing Drax.
describing Drax and saying that he has some sort of powerful artifact. So you do have a real letter with the real symbol on it, and you're headed to the place where
those letters are
where
broken.
those letters are
We
delivered.
are totally legit.
You are fairly well equipped as.
I know one thing. I won't be delivering the letter.
Yeah, so were we told to have Drax deliver the letter?
I won't be delivering the
We
letter.
know who's going to be delivering the letter.
But then, do you know what was written about you, though?
Yes.
Okay, we knew that. All right. We knew that. All right.
Lord Kolberton
No,
was
that's true. We
basically
knew that.
Lord Kolberton was basically standing over the guy's shoulder and
Telling him what to
dictating the letter to him. And he was like, "The more you cooperate, the less I'll torture you."
Legitimate businessman it is.
Okay, so
You're small,
how
Larry.
far is it from Kolberton to Aldville?
Aldville is
I mean, we
fairly close by. Let me just pull it up on my map.
just trying to figure out if we'll have to make camp part way or.
Well, generally when you're talking about traveling from one town to another, you at least have to rest a night, which is...
Yes.
Like a
Makes
day's
sense.
walk or whatever, yeah.
That's what I figured. Just figured I'd check.
I'm just looking how far it is.
Of course, if Fallout has taught me anything, resting for an hour heals all wounds, including broken legs.
And blasted off limbs.
And blasted
Don't
off
forget
limbs, yes.
blasted off limbs.
Try that in this campaign. I bet you it works.
Hey, try it right now.
And doors are the strongest
Well, you'd be
shields
fine
ever.
if you tried to do that because you just missed.
Drax is like, my arms!
It'll go back, right?
Dick's like, I meant to do that?
Here, let's just go back.
That kind of lizard.
So yeah,
Not that kind of
Aldville is about a 2-day ride away from where you guys are. So you started off. I think it was evening-ish.
Yeah, Trish was
That's
actually
it,
commenting,
I said.
do not drum on the table. The mic picks it up like tenfold. She will kill whoever that was. That was Ray. Anyhow, continuing on.
Not usually me.
No, it is usually. You just don't notice.
Right.
Ray is just sitting there like.
That was Nick.
What is he? Is it this like,
You know, in fairness, if he was doing that, I think we'd all be like, what the hell?
I think the campaign would actually slow down to a point where we're just watching Ray singing this song and shaking his head like Stevie Wonder, being like, Ray? Okay, continue on.
Moving along into the sunset.
That was like a retarded Stevie Wonder that Ray was doing there. He's like.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I don't know. I wouldn't go to a concert to listen to retarded Stevie Wonder.
Anyhow.
He's like just smashing the keyboard. That was very
Moving
exciting.
along then.
So yes, it's about a 2-day ride to the northwest through the woods.
Okay. There's obviously a road.
There is a road/trail. Closer to the town, there's a road, and then as you start getting into the wooded area, it starts to become more of a
Yep.
rutted path, kind of. Wagons go through here, but it's not exactly paved by the Imperial Legion either.
Xanian will ride in determined silence.
Indeterminate silence.
Indetermined silence.
got it. Indeterminate silence.
You don't know when he'll speak.
He named his horse
Finally.
Indeterminate Silence.
That was good.
It's not what I want, it's what Naga wants.
That was a good.
That was
episode.
good.
Yes.
Though stupidly obvious when you actually looked at any part of the
Well,
first two
yes,
episodes.
I was like,
Yes.
I called that miles off.
Didn't you call that in the first like 30 seconds when you saw the Unthor? You're just like, anyone else? Anyone?
So, Dick, you've got a lot of experience out here in these woods around town. Maybe you should take one.
His name is Richard.
Call him Rick, remember?
Whatever.
Yes, we converted him into Richard now. That's the hickory sticks, please. I'm going to take a sample. You keep annoying noises.
Yeah, Richard takes point.
So are you going to stay with the group, or are you going to sort of like roam about, or...
Room about.
Scout on ahead.
Scout ahead, that's right.
You're on a horse.
Who's your party? Back to me.
Exactly what I was thinking.
This is the wood rapist man Kuzbel, right?
Why do I get the feeling that this will end up like in Men in Tights with him like underneath the horse and the horse like galloping?
So yes.
Okay. So what's your what is it? Wilderness skill in this?
Nature?
Nature.
Knowledge nature, yeah.
8.
That's decent.
Natures.
Because you know nature.
I do.
Drax is sitting there going, "Hey, look, there are trees and stuff."
There are rocks and trees and trees and rocks. Rocks and trees. Yeah, let's stop there.
Stop that.
Okay. So the rest of you are riding in your normal party order, just as a group, basically. Going out along the trail.
There is actually a conversation going on between Neri and Zanian about the better lords and the graces that they give, naturally.
Corellin's better.
Avenger does not require you to
Meanwhile,
kneel before
The rest of you are getting sick of their
Yeah.
constant back and
Sarah's
forth
in the back
banter.
singing, drinking songs to drown out their religious chatter.
That's excellent.
Drax is in the back drinking to the songs that are being sung.
I joined into the drinking
and catching
songs.
up with Kara on things that have been missed in the last 3 years, since we haven't had a chance to do that.
Adventures.
Okay. So the gnome is attempting to sing the drinking songs with the dwarf.
The gnome is not a dwarven drinking songs.
I can just imagine like she's going for a line like it's supposed to rhyme, but
It's like a call and answer or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, I speak Dwarven, so the two of us are in the
Yeah.
back going,
I said I tried. And said I
I'll try and
succeeded.
teach them to you.
There you go. So, Dick, Richard, as you're ranging back and forth, you hear sort of snippets of like either loud dwarven boisterous singing or like Evandra!
no, they're not screaming. They're actually having the equivalent of an intelligent conversation on which god is
They
more
think they're
beneficial.
having an intelligent conversation. Really, they're screaming back and forth. Evandra! No, Corellin! I'm pretty. Listen to me, etc.
Not
So you're
quite.
like, wow, this party is definitely not sneaking up on shit.
That's right. Keep my eyes up in frambush.
So how far ahead are you going?
Oh,
Just this Dutch trail.
He's gone.
Richard's like, fuck this shit, just beeline straight for Aldville.
basically, if I were to stop, it would take him 5 minutes to catch up.
Okay, so enough that you'd be able to
Get the first arrow in the throat.
Yeah.
or spot like, there's a suspicious something up ahead. I'll ride back before we.
What's this log doing across the road?
Our loud, boisterous dwarven singing gives us away to something.
Too late.
It is pretty loud.
Now, if the singing stops,
Yeah,
then you get worried.
the debate may be quiet, but the singing is loud. You're riding along. Really, you don't really see anything unexpected. You see the occasional traveler. You see like a peasant-y type guy with a staff and a pack walking along the trail.
Take the pack.
And the crossbow. He's got a crossbow. And a tin cup.
Oh, I take the tin cup. Leave the crossbow.
Yeah, give him something to defend himself.
He's got to hunt somehow.
I'm a knight for justice. Now give me your tin cup. But yeah,
Let him go.
you see the occasional, one guy walking by, merchants pass every once in a while. You see people. You alright, Allie?
Do you want some
Yeah,
apple?
my foot is killing me. Yeah.
One Advil, one Tylenol.
Yep.
Yep. Did you do something to it, or just?
It's like the skin is cracking again.
The skin is drying out.
Eh.
Slicing open. So yeah.
Never fun.
Lotion's not working.
We're using lotion, but we stopped for a week because it had completely gone, and it just cracked up yet last night, so we've been using it again.
Wow.
But it'll take a little while for you.
She's going to need to do it for like 3 months straight.
Can't Yeah, and we're just getting into winter. It's going to get worse.
Yeah, or just get a light.
It sucks because it hurts, but it's also itchy as sin.
Yeah, but just get a light moisturizing cream that you can use daily on your whole body.
What we have, specifically for feet.
Yeah, but I mean, get one like that. Then
Yeah, like get a heel salve.
It's not a heel, that's a problem.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's dry skin. Put some salve on it.
Like Mecca.
Yes,
Get some Mecca from your mom.
we do have Mecca.
Wait, what?
This is mom's Windex.
Your mom's Windex is the Islamic Holy Land? What?
Yes, I wear Mecca jeans. What's your problem?
Yeah.
It's a brand.
It's like a cream,
Yeah.
and Lori Squirrel swears by it. Mecca cream. It's sort of like polysporin kind of concept of salve cream.
All right, let's go.
Right.
We have the
Ali
weirdest
has limped
conversational
off.
detours.
Allie has limped off and acquired her drugs. Now she's
I'm
back.
good. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. You don't see anything that really surprises or intrigues you as you're rolling along.
Okay.
Random elf falls from high up a tree. You would
He is dead. Don't need to stop. So you guys set out. It was already partially during the day. It's starting to get towards dusk-ish. When you get to a way station on the road, it's one of these things that the cities sort of build them. Basically, it's sort of like a semi-crap hut lean-to kind of thing, where basically there's a little bit of shelter and some basic amenities. There's a well, and there's usually firewood chopped and that sort of stuff.
The fire pit. And
Exactly. It's sort of like a modern campground, basically.
Yeah.
It's a mixture between a campground and a bus shelter.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Where you can keep your horse's water or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like I said, it's a way station. You've been passing them every once in a while. They sort of try to space them out about a half day's travel for either foot traffic or mounted traffic.
Fair enough. So we're gonna pull over at one for the night.
Well, Dick is about 5 minutes ahead of you.
Yeah. Well, if it's getting late, then
It's getting close to the end of the day, which is why I listed it.
we'll stop here and start setting up.
All right, so you guys are traveling along, and basically you sort of come upon Richard having already started setting up camp.
Okay. I go to Kara. Hey, Kara, remember when we used to hang out in the woods and hide from the rest of the folks? And I'm side thing I'm talking about. I start the fire, you hide it from.
Yeah.
So basically, Drax goes forward, piles up some logs and whatever, sets it on fire with his breath.
In the fire pit.
Obviously. And then
I'll do the ritual around it. Explorer's fire. You enchant a fire so that it isn't visible from more than a short distance in the hope that it won't attract unwanted attention.
basically we're playing this like when we wanted to run away from home and hide from our parents, we'd go in the woods, I'd start a fire, she'd hide it.
Ah, fun.
So yes, I do a ritual around the fire. Light cast by the fire cannot be seen from more than 5 squares from the fire. The fire's light is unchanged within that radius, and the ritual does not diminish or contain the fire's heat or sounds.
But still, it means...
You actually have to use the facilities.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Just means it's not visible from a great distance.
Yeah.
Useful information for you guys to have, you know. The wizard can do the occasional useful thing, and also some sparkly nobleman crap.
So this is where we set up for the night?
Yep.
Sounds good.
It's a pretty nice camp.
It might be a pretty nice camp, but Justice doesn't sleep, but he knows that he must.
Well, your guy sleeps very well, if I remember correctly.
Oh yes, he does. That's the problem. If he sleeps again like that, he might miss it. Someone's going.
I might never wake up. That was pretty epic.
If Dick says that this is where we're resting the night, Jaden's going to start removing his armor.
Seems like a good spot to
I'm going to sit by the fire, stretch my head.
Start polishing your candlesticks.
Yep. I'm a badger.
The merchandise.
Skinning my badger.
I was going to say you're going to polish a badger.
Skinning the badger. It's a good way to get the hair off before you cook them.
Drag's like, but the hair is the best part.
More for him.
When you singe it, it tastes delicious.
No, Drax not a fan of burnt hair.
Zane will make sure that the horses are nice and tethered, and they have enough place for roaming, aka not to bunt into each other, so they can lie down. So one each side, one each side, one each side.
So
et cetera,
yeah, they're like a hitching post kind of row of things where you can tie off your horses.
Gideon takes his pack and he's going to eat rations after cleaning his armor thoroughly and making sure that it's nice and oiled.
Proper armor care.
Yeah.
Fancy. What are you looking for, Mark?
You're literally going to be watching him for a few hours, buffing out all of the
dings and scratches.
No, there are no dings in his armor. No.
He takes proper care of it.
Exactly. But the scratches, yeah.
Any speck of dust.
Yeah. You're in the middle of the wilderness! Wow, there's not a speck of dust on this thing.
I'm gonna forage for food.
You're going to forage for food?
Yeah. I got rations, but why eat dry rations when you could, maybe catch a pheasant or a rabbit or something?
Bear. Don't worry, guys, I've got it! Pack! Richard goes flying past the camp. Well, he said he's got it. See, we can have delicious bear. Black eye, bloodied lip. So he's just like, rations work fine.
Drax is like, you'll never get that into the hotel.
Wah wah.
What's the skill that's used for foraging?
Nature every time.
If you beat a DC of 10, you can get food for yourself. If you beat the DC of 10 by 5, you can get food for 3 others. If you beat it by 10, you can get food for the entire party for 3 days. That's pretty much how it goes. It should be on one of your
panels.
Commonly used skills.
DC 15, find food and water for one person, 25 up to 5 people. DM adjusts DC for different environments, basically.
I'm trying to find the actual... It's not a feat.
It's a skill.
No, it literally is a skill.
It's a skill.
That's it. I'm looking in the compendium.
Well, here, Mark found the book, the page.
Oh, look.
So while Mark's foraging for food, what is everyone else doing?
I'm going to study my spell book, because why not?
Going over the same spells over and over.
The more I study, the better I learn.
You can have the exact configuration to cast a spell that microsecond faster.
Gotta hone my skills.
And after 100 years, you might be able to cast it within half a round.
Maybe.
Fancy.
I'm gonna make a hammock.
A what?
Hammock.
Okay.
Oh. Do you have rope and cloth?
He's got rope. I don't know about cloth.
All right. Well, go ahead and roll a nature check and see how you do.
Not much.
What did you roll?
3.
So that's an 11.
Yeah.
So yeah, you wander off into the woods for an hour, but
Come back with nothing.
you're like
You got more, right?
tromping through the woods and making all sorts of noise, and
Scaring off
all the animals run away, and you're like, "Ooh, that looks like a raspberry bush," and then you're like, "No, it's poison berries! Damn it!
Damn
those poison berries!"
When Richard finally comes back to the fire, Zanian sees he has nothing, reaches into his pack, holds out a ration.
I already had ration packs.
Zanian's still offering.
Delicious rations.
Meanwhile, I'm cooking badger over the fire.
Where am I?
What?
Oh shit.
I have a hunter's kit as well. Supposed to, but still not.
No. Not even just to get yourself. You pretty much you're trying to hunt around a place that is well known to have people at night, so the animals are probably going to.
I wasn't modifying the DC at this point. You were a DC 15. You would have been successful because it's you are at the point where it is the woods. There are people, but it is still the woods.
So yeah, we make camp.
So yeah,
Basic camp stuff.
Are you taking the offer of rations from Zanian?
Sure, why not?
There you go, Zanian. He has not refused your offer.
We speak about the dire bear that we fought way back when.
The whole war story.
Yes, they fought an evil dire bear.
Cool. I've never seen a dire bear.
All bears are dire bears to dwarves.
It's true.
It's like the evil drow.
The evil drow.
What's the name of that super nature guy who like has that show where he goes out in the wilderness and
Bear Grylls?
That's right.
The pea drinker?
Yes.
The pea drinker.
The one thing he's remembered for.
I think it's horrible that's one thing he's remembered for because he's got such a huge list of impressive credentials.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he was a Navy SEAL and then this and that, you know, has all these survivalist kind of credentials and amazing things, and people are like, oh, he drinks his piss. I'm like, come on. Anyway, I'm going to attempt Drax's best Bear Grylls impression while making a hammock. Now, can I say that that's probably dungeoneering? Because I'd have made hammocks in dungeons.
You hung hammocks between the walls of the dungeon?
I'm going to say no.
Because I figure you need somewhere to sleep down there.
A cot.
You sleep on the ground.
You find a very fluffy rat, kill it, and use it as a pillow.
Yeah, hammocks are not something you would learn.
It'd be like an intelligence check or something.
Well, shitty nature it is.
You may attempt.
Do you want me to help you out?
Wait till I fail.
You see Drax doing something, but you're not sure what exactly. He's got.
He has successfully made a hammock.
What did you roll?
17. Well, 16 modified 1, 17.
Yeah, I'm going to say you were able to string together.
It may not be the nicest
a fairly
hammock.
successful hammock.
You
were using rope and
whatever was around, you know, branches, leaves, things, you know, anything I could find.
Okay. Well, you're going to have a hard time making a hammock out of leaves. So I'm going to say rope.
Well, you can make it out of rope and like pad the inside with like, you know, leafy branches like you would with straw.
Yes,
You
but
know,
yeah, you make the actual hammock itself with rope. So you make a fairly bare bones hammock because it's
pine.
How much rope do you have?
50 feet.
Standard.
You make a fairly well. As I said, he might have bought extra rope or something. But yeah, you make a fairly bare bones hammock with 50 feet of rope, especially since you can't cut it. Or I assume you're not dumb enough to cut it.
I'm not going to cut my rope.
So yeah, you see Drax. He sort of walks over to a tree, grabs a rope, ties it around a tree. You guys are like, what the hell is this guy doing? And then
proceeds to
Richard walks off, and then he basically goes to the other side, to another tree, walks around it, and he keeps walking back and forth, looping between the trees over and over and over again. And he sort of makes this weird, like, crochet, you know, like cat's cradle thing in between the trees, and you're like,
I left room for my tail.
You don't have a choice. It's rope. You definitely don't have enough to weave a narrow enough thing that you couldn't pass your tail through it, because Lord knows you don't have that much room. You're how tall? Like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
So you find you find two trees about 7 feet apart. You have, like I said, you have like you better not be a restless sleeper, because you're just like.
Well, are there any vines around? I could have used extra vines. I mean,
no, it's not. It's more of a forest like you see around here. It's not a jungle-y kind of forest. There's no.
Use pine tree branches. They're bound to be soft.
Yeah, once you have your base, you sort of add to it and build a. It's still running, I assume.
Yep.
That's good.
Just had to check.
That's wise.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
So
succeeded
Drax,
in
you guys are pretty impressed. Actually, he doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. He looks like he's just sort of like winging it ass backwards. And he's just like,
But he made it work.
But yeah, he makes it work. And then the woodsman comes back looking somewhat defeated, not having found anything except pity food from
Xanian.
Xania. So is anybody else doing anything special besides all that sort of stuff?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys doing anything else before knocking off for the night?
I'm not of much use in between towns, so yeah, no.
Drax used to spending nights in places that, you know, tend to be underground or in caves, possibly crawling with various different bad things. Suggests that we set up some sort of a watch. I mean, yes, we are on a main road between two cities, and we're at a designated rest area, but you never know. There could be bandits and whatnot. We should probably set up a watch.
Makes sense.
Nary will take first watch. I only need 4 hours of sleep, so.
I think Xanian should not take a watch because we're never going to wake him up. Or first watch, either way.
The gnome is insulting you.
We were having a ruckus in the house there and you couldn't wake you up. Hit you with your own shield and you slept through it.
Your strike must have been like that of a summer's breeze. But yes, I would be useless in this dim lit area. I would suggest perhaps someone who knows the woods as the most likely person to be part of the second watch. Richard?
Of course.
Excellent.
When you said that reason, all I pictured was somebody like, frolicking through a field, and all of a sudden the wind blows a shield and everything.
Like a summer's breeze.
Clang! That's definitely the noise wind makes.
So Neri's agreed to take the first watch.
Yeah.
Richard is taking the second.
Yep.
Zanian has passed out, never to be awoken again.
Drax will volunteer for third watch.
Third watch?
Is there not?
Shouldn't need a third
Isn't it
watch.
4 hour? Oh yeah, you're right.
No, it's
only-
usually about it's a 1 or 2 hour watch usually,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you need normally you need 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
You can get by with 6.
Unless you're me,
Right.
I only need 4.
Right, you can get by with 6
Right.
if you and still get a full rest.
Yeah.
So in theory, you guys could do you're 6. You could do 1 hour rotations.
Yeah.
Or you could do like 3 people with 2 hour rotations and be fine, or 4 people with 2 hour rotations would be more
Well,
a complete.
Neri does a 4, two of the rest of us do 2. And we call it.
Yeah. I'll always take first
there you
watch
go.
because I can
So-
stay up longer than anybody else.
So
and
Neri,
we go let
Neri,
us let us
Neri
sleep.
agrees to basically stay up half the night, and then the 2 of
And
you
just
split the rest.
Wake me up
Something
when
else.
something happens.
You can actually be
That's
the
kind of the point of a watch.
Yeah.
while meditating.
No, but I meant if you feel sleepy.
Oh, nice.
You're not
Because
sorry.
you're fully aware.
Join you for
That's
part
right.
of your watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do take. You're,
That's true because I meditate. I don't even sleep.
yeah, you're fully aware, but
There's no penalties.
There is absolutely no penalty. You are literally you are there. You are just meditating. Your eyes can be open, your eyes can be closed, but you are just pretty much the equivalent of in a trance.
Yeah.
If something comes
it's
by your
called
vision,
trance,
you're just
so-
like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
You're that.
If you don't your 4 hours of meditation, you don't refresh your dailies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Or
Can
everyone
she
else
can
needs
she
their
opt
6.
to sleep instead of meditate?
I think
I don't see why you would.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I need
you
to just
can for
meditate.
flavor or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, like you don't have. Elves are not unable to sleep.
No, I was just thinking because what they were saying, you're meditating, something walks by, and you are immediately alerted. Can you choose to sleep more deeply and not get woken up unless somebody wakes you?
Well,
Well, no,
more than
you
likely,
don't-
I'd
you don't
meditate
need-
when someone else is going to be on watch.
You also don't
That's
need
the smarter thing.
uninterrupted rest. It can be as long as you get 6 hours or 8 hours.
Yeah,
or 4
it
hours.
just says I just need meditate aware 4 hours instead of sleep. It says meditate aware.
Yeah.
So
Anyhow.
I know what the hell's going on.
Okay, so you're taking the whole night.
I could.
One. She's taking one.
No, she's taking the first watch.
Yeah, don't forget the meditate is not just a.
It's
You
not.
know,
a
it's not
watch.
just an excuse to be like, all right, we don't need to worry about watches, because you can be fully aware, but also not like you're not paying specific attention, peering into the darkness, looking for if somebody's trying to
Can we
sneak
open the
by.
door or something?
Next to you, Jim.
Books behind beside you.
I'll offer to join Mary for a couple hours on first watch.
Cool. Sounds
You
good.
sit up with it.
I will get to know
Yeah.
Kara
Yes, we can swap stories.
All right, so the rest of you pass
and
out.
rituals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drax enjoys his hammock.
I enjoy the dirt.
You don't have an adventurer's kit or something like that?
You didn't think to steal a blanket?
I propped my head on something. Is
Because
it cold?
adventurer's kit does include a
Bedroll.
Yeah,
a bedroll
bedroll,
and
yeah.
so forth.
Okay.
So if you bought one of those,
Yes, I did.
okay, then you don't have to sleep on the ground like a peasant.
So yes, we make camp.
Yes, on the ground, but in a better way.
But not like a peasant.
Right. Blanket of pine needles.
You're a businessman, after all. You can afford a bedroll.
Drax starts snoring, letting out little breaths of fire on the exit.
Burns his hammock.
Roll a d20, John. What'd you roll?
4?
4.
Did I fall out of my
In the middle of the night, you hear Drax has rolled out of his hammock. Xanian is not apparently anywhere aware of this. You were almost crushed by a falling dragonborn.
You should have fell asleep somewhere else.
I dust myself off and attempt to quietly get back into the hammock with at least partial dignity intact.
Mary just kind of stares at Drax.
I move my pack to at least like a good 5 feet in another way.
Brother's not very balanced, is he? At times he tries to sleep. Not very graceful.
You'd think that with a tail I would be slightly more balanced, but no.
The tail's throwing you off in your
Not
sleep.
while sleeping.
He falls off, his tail still attaches with short.
He's hanging by his tail.
Continues to sleep like a bat.
It's not nearly as hilarious as it looks.
More painful than it looks. What are you looking up, Jim?
Burst.
Burst.
That's so important.
Alright. So, despite the slightly hilarious falling of Drax,
I guess
nothing
it's
else
time for my shift now. That was on purpose.
Well, yes, time for my watch. I timed my fall for that exact purpose.
I am normal.
So yes, your watch passes as normal, Mary.
Yep.
So you don't see any crazy shenanigans.
Alright, next watch. Already shot.
So you wake Dick up.
Yeah.
I was correct.
I think Drax took care of
Okay,
that.
your turn. Your watch.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and just meditate by one of the rocks.
So you doing anything special? You're just sort of sitting up near the fire, kind of thing, or?
I'm gonna walk around outside their magical perimeter.
Okay, so hopefully you won't get lost and forget and fail to find the fire because it is invisible.
It still
No,
makes
the light.
sound. It's just you don't see the light.
Right.
There's no light, so
I said
it
it's
looks like the woods, only dark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. And I just pictured him like rolling a 1 and wandering off into the woods, then being like, has to be rescued by you guys later in the day, and he's just like, I'm so cold. Where's that fire? Curse your invisible fire. So you don't spoil your night vision by wandering off to the point where there's no fire there to spoil your night vision. But again, nothing really occurs. You sort of just wander around for a little bit, and after you figure it's been about 2 hours, you head back to camp. Nothing crazy going on. And who was taking the third watch?
That'd be Drax. Drax slightly more gracefully gets out of his hammock this time.
You assume I wake you up that way.
This is apparently how you get out of these things.
Thanks.
You did it the first time and meant to, so this must be how it's done.
I knife him on the way down.
Do you have a knife?
Yes, actually. My secondary weapon proficiency feat was dagger.
Right, because you need to take 2.
Yeah, so my second one was just, okay, well, I got my
Dagger
staff.
seems like the most likely to be used, so sure.
Yeah. So.
Alright, so we'll say that Richard wakes you up in a non-rude fashion.
Yes.
He doesn't actually tip you into the fire or under the gnome, who you almost crushed earlier
The first time.
with your crazy falling shenanigans.
Yeah. I go sit by the fire, keep an eye out, walk around once in a while. And for flavor, we'll say that Drax is trying to figure out how to do, that burnt wood art. By, taking the dagger, breathe fire on it, and then try to, but he has no artistic talent, so he's failing. But
So all you have is, a bunch of, burnt stick men with, 3 arms. Damn it! Throws another one away.
Pretty much, yeah. But, he
Yeah,
tried.
passes the time.
Yeah.
So by the end of the night, or the end of the 2 hours, you have a huge pile of crazy bark stick men, but no enemies.
Yeah.
So basically, after the end of your 2 hours, it's been the 6 hours. So you're just going to wake everybody up, kind of thing, or
Yeah, I'll go around one at a time. I'll go person who slept longest to person who slept least, kind of thing.
okay. So Drax is sort of shaking everybody awake. We'll say we don't have to roll for Zanian today.
From under the pile of wood that he's been carving, I pop out.
No one notices the damn gnome. First the dragonborn almost sits on me,
then a dragonborn piles wood on him.
over me. Son of a bitch.
And then the ranger almost thrusts the dragonborn on top of me.
You're lucky he decided not to do that. All right, so Drax wakes everybody up.
Breakfast time.
You gonna see if you can find some food for breakfast?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Try again.
See if you can redeem yourself.
Is he the only one here with a trained nature skill?
Well,
No.
I can technically try a history check.
What? The history of breakfast?
She has a skill that allows her to. How does it read exactly?
Let's see. Trigger. You would make a knowledge check using a skill other than history. Effect. You make a history check in place of the knowledge
hang on a
check.
second. Knowledge. It's not knowledge nature.
Yeah, you can use nature as for a knowledge check, but
Yeah.
in this case,
You're
it's
not-
not. It's a survival check.
survival.
Yeah, if you wanted to be like, what are the foods of this region?
I know all the
What
things.
can I forage to not kill my
You can make a
team?
history check where you would normally be able to make a knowledge nature check.
Yeah.
Oh, this region is particularly famous for its,
Truffles. Maybe I'll look for truffles.
Ooh, these berries are bound to be delicious.
But saying it that way, then can you then just give her like a bonus +2 to what her base nature roll is, or something like that? There's some sort of bonus that she knows what to look for. She sees a bush. She knows whether it's yum yum berries or actual berries.
She would know that there are yum yum berries here, but she doesn't know what they look like because she's not making a knowledge check. But you might be able to, like, if he came back with blueberries, you might be able to be like, hang on a second. I remember from the stories of such and such in a book I read years ago that
Somebody ate these berries.
somebody ate these berries, turned purple, and then exploded. Maybe we shouldn't have them.
Ooh,
But she couldn't actually use the stories to be like, I'm going to find
I
the
know where
berries.
everything is.
Exactly.
Yeah, makes
So,
sense.
yeah. Sadly, no.
Oh,
So what did you roll in the end?
no. 4.
not good.
Is that what you rolled last time?
Last time was a 3.
Oh, okay. So you marginally better.
Most useful,
This is like
useless
a
ranger ever.
25% better result.
If it was a 5, it would work.
Did you remember, even with your hunter's kit?
Yep.
It didn't quite get to 15?
5 would have been 15.
So you wander off into the woods, but once again you forget to wear your quiet boots and you stamping around all over the place and scaring rabbits and... So you guys are
Rations
sort of
it is.
waking up and like, where's Richard? And he comes back into camp looking defeated again.
rations.
Sammy keeps handing
Zane
forward
hands to
rations.
another pity ration.
Zanian dons his armor, gives his horse a good brush down.
Does somebody need like a proficiency of some kind to help you, or
No.
is, like anyone can help?
Anyone
you?
can assist me, or I can do it myself at a very
It
slow
takes a
pace.
bloody long time.
Except me.
You can't lift anything.
Oh, you lift it? Not high enough.
Yeah.
That strap. Can you go over that stump over there?
But yeah,
I could attempt to help, but I would also.
no. Zanian pretty much either puts on himself or Neri helps
You're
him.
still a
Yeah,
medium.
I would probably help you because
Yeah.
I've probably done it a lot in the
Yeah.
past. So
Like,
You
And I'm
have to
strong
reach
from the
up, but
party.
you can still
Yeah.
reach it.
yeah,
I need a stump.
yeah, exactly. You would actually be able to assist him to put on armor.
Instead of
You can help with the greaves.
There you go.
It's teamwork.
instead of 30 minutes of putting on the armor, Neri
here,
helps and
I'll
it takes
help
5.
There you go.
But that also means that Zanian is in the let's go mode within 10 minutes.
So he leaves for an hour, but then comes back with nothing.
Yeah, and that's when I'm putting the armor on.
The rest of you doing anything else?
A
fancy?
paladin has to do his
Packing
morning
up our
routine,
stuff.
you know, check his teeth, make sure his hair is proper and flowing, these things.
We're on a mission for God. Now let me just make sure my hair is perfect before we
he's
go.
got to make sure Evandra's magic is working in the wind.
He wakes up, you see like one hair place, just looks up and
His hair is so majestic.
Yes. Start packing up our stuff and try and clean up the way station for the next group.
Someone gathers wood and so forth.
Yeah.
Like whatever you use, basically.
You replenish
replace.
the
I throw all my failed art experiments into the wood pile.
Wow, your watch was busy. Looks like Drax spent his watch semi-productively making bizarre. You figure it's some sort of weird dragonborn art. It looks horrible to the rest of you.
Little do they know, it looks horrible to try.
So besides that, and you guys did anything crazy or
Nope.
Alright. So you all get sorted up.
we make haste.
You make haste / fix your hair first and then leave.
I had an hour to do all that. I literally had an hour while he was gone.
Well, he's like, I'll be back with breakfast, guys. I couldn't find any rabbits.
Zane is not caring about that. He's used
Here's
to
your
eating
rations.
That damn rabbit kept tricking you every time.
There's this one super rabbit in the
West
woods.
I don't think you're saying that right. Supernatural. Moving on. And how he's killing himself over here.
That episode was amazing.
Oh, speaking of, you're not saying that right. Every time Ray would say mahogany, you know how you guys were always like mahogany. I thought you were making fun of how you pronounced it. No, it's like I pronounced mahogany wrong. I'm like, no, they're just quoting some weird television show. I don't remember which.
Dragon Ball Z abridged.
Mark showed us the episode. Ray was all like, why do you say mahogany every time I say mahogany?
Awesome. So yes,
Seriously, not you.
Well, I know that now, but
pretty much 10 minutes after Richard returns, Zanian is on his horse waiting for everyone to go.
Impatiently.
And pretty much doing the call of, let's go, pick it up, hurry up.
If he could tap his foot, he'd be tapping his foot. So instead he's tapping his horse.
He's having his horse count for him while he's waiting.
He's tapping his foot in the stirrups. It still makes a clicking noise.
The horse is counting.
Alright, so you guys head off.
Now I'm picturing his horse as Maximus from
Yes!
Tangled.
That's awesome.
Maximus is awesome.
That was
It really
the name
was.
of Ray's Chocobo until we made fun of him and he renamed it.
Anyhow.
Just Captain Pecker.
God damn it! I made that joke.
well, I tried a bunch of different names and it didn't work. And then
It wouldn't let him name it Hookers.
or hooker, or even misspelled hookers, or I tried a few other things.
Poor hooker.
What you need is you need two chocobos. One named right hook, one named left hook, and then you have hookers.
And then a third one named Blackjack for good measure.
He has
got
blackjack.
Blackjack.
Okay. huh.
Blackjack is mine, but no one can write Hookers. I wanted to write Hookers.
Anyhow. There's Zozo.
All right,
Keep
Captain
going.
Pecker.
So yes, you guys start heading off towards the town. You figure you'll be able to get there. And none of you have been there, but from what you've seen in sort of like
Random carved in wood signs.
yeah, exactly. Like there are these sort of waystones, like like we would see around here, road markers and kind of thing. Pretty simplistic, but you figure it'll take you about not quite till nighttime, but mid-afternoon to get to there.
Okay.
So you guys trundle along. Are you doing anything special on the way, or we just skip through?
Well, when we approach the city, like get it within the lands around the city, like we've reached that point now.
If you guys aren't going to do anything special, I'm prepared to sort of just jump through.
Yeah, no, go forward.
Okay. So
Damn.
you guys are.
Missed an opportunity for a pun. I was waiting for you to be like, so you're in the lands around Aldville. I'm like, so we see the Ald Lands sign?
So you arrive at the outskirts of Aldville.
That was what I was waiting for.
And did you want to do anything besides the pun,
No,
or were you just?
No,
I
that
thought
was
maybe
literally,
you were going to like hide in the woods or something.
No, he just wanted the fun.
the pun was literally what I was waiting for you to say that for.
We'll see what happens.
Strategizing baby techniques.
Yep.
All right, so you guys arrive at the outskirts of Aldville. Did anyone besides Drax want to do anything at the outskirts of Aldville? Besides,
Ride into town.
okay, so you head into town. It's one of these like, it's not like a one in town kind of thing. It's a fairly large. It's a town, not a city. To give you an idea, so you were coming from like a metropolis kind of thing in Kolberton. This is, like there are like probably about, just looking at the size of it, your experience adventures, you figure town this size, probably about 3 inns kind of thing. You might find the occasion, like sometimes you might find what you're looking for in a town like this, or whatever it might be. You might be able to be like, oh yeah, they have a weapon shop, or they might not, or they might have a blacksmith and make weapons. But it's not the kind of place where you can be like, I am going to go to the such and such, because it is a fairly smallish town.
Gentleman Pock.
Yes.
Have you done business in this
He
town?
appears to be mocking you.
Zanian does not care. Have you done business in this town, being such a notable businessman?
I do believe so. It's been a while since I've been here.
Excellent. Where is the pony?
Between my legs.
I care not for what you call your nether regions. I talk about the inn that we're supposed to be searching for.
Who's riding a pony?
I'm riding a pony.
Yes. I believe it's called the Pretty Pony. Is it the Pretty Pony?
The prancing pony.
Prancing Pony?
The painted pony.
Painted Pony? The Pony Inn.
Is it My Little Pony?
It's not My Little Pony.
Damn it!
The Fluttershy
It's
Inn?
definitely not the pretty pony. Give me a second, I'll check my
Friendship
notes.
is magic.
But I'm pretty sure it was the wild pony. Yes.
The bannered mare.
The wild pony is the name of the min.
So it's Rainbow Dash.
So yes, where's the wild pony?
Yes, I believe I remember where it is. So let's go this way. Towards.
Roll a d20.
That's awesome.
9.
Yeah, it's over here. It's that way.
I have streetwise.
That doesn't mean you're wise to what the streets
That
are.
doesn't mean you know all streets in all towns. Luckily for you, there's pretty much a 50-50 chance, and you hit him on the right one. You're like, yes, it's this way! And you're strolling around, and you're walking past an inn, and you're like, that inn looks like it has a harp on it. No, that's probably not it. There's one with the pony on the sign.
There we go.
He appears very confident on his way into the inn.
As he should be, being a legitimate businessman and such.
And having been here from before.
And having been here before.
Having been here before, yes.
So, alright. We have a letter pretty much describing our Dragonborn companion.
Yes.
And who will be delivering this letter?
Okay.
Obviously not you.
Drax is going to take a moment to just speak up. Perhaps I should not be near the inn where we deliver. What do you say that we actually check into a different inn? That one with the harp just
That's
down
the plan.
street.
Currently we're strategizing.
Yes, I'm saying
Yes.
in
the middle of the street.
Zanian.
Yes.
Outside the place where you're delivering the letter.
Give me the letter.
No, as we're on route. So basically, as we pass the place with the harp sign or whatever, I'm going to suggest that a few of us go in there and sign in.
What's the inn called?
The Gilded Harp.
Sounds expensive.
It does sound expensive.
For justice.
You could look around for another inn.
No.
There might be the shitty hovel that you could
No.
take.
Well, Drax can go in and make arrangements for whatever.
For the party?
For the party.
Yes.
I gather a few, whatever, silver pieces or whatever I figure it's going to be from party members and going.
I don't even know.
It's in the book.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was looking
A
around.
gold piece is like a luxurious
It's right here.
place.
In stay per day, 5 silver. Typical room. Luxury rooms are 2 gold. To give you an idea.
That's pretty
I
luxurious.
gather a couple silver pieces for everybody and head in.
Get some rooms.
Okay. So is it just you're the only one going in?
Well, anybody else is welcome to come along.
That's what I'm asking.
All the
you.
company.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
This? Okay.
Zayden will wait outside.
Well, did we want to go ahead to the other inn then? Because we don't want the Dragonborn anywhere near it.
Pretty much.
Because we're going to use him as bait, pretty much. So I see when Drax is knocked around.
Lead the way, gentlemen.
It doesn't like he doesn't know his.
Yeah,
role.
exactly.
What was
You
the
were
name-
clearly the
what was the name
bait.
of the person those letters were addressed to?
You didn't
We
know
don't
the
have a
name of the
name.
person. All you knew was that he sent them to the innkeeper of the Wild Pony.
Is there a way that I would have known, like, what the messenger, who the messenger was, like, what guild would have received them? Like the Thieves Guild that we just destroyed, if it had a name?
I think he was. Yeah, he was sending his own. I remember I covered it. I think he was sending his own people.
Yeah.
He was just sending his people. Like
And you
he'd
look
be
nothing like a halfling.
He would be like. He looks a little bit like a halfling. More than you.
Intimidate. I look like a halfling.
Yeah, was this guy sending halflings though, or was he just sending
To
normal
the deaths,
people?
apparently.
No, this guy he would send his own like house guard.
Yeah,
or
he
something.
just sent a messenger.
Like, it
That's all
doesn't matter.
it was.
They didn't need to be complicit. He would just be like, take this to the Wild Pony in Aldville and give it to
Give to the innkeeper, yeah.
It doesn't need to be like all like you must be in on it.
Anyways,
Secret password.
So yes, you all there was nothing. You didn't. The messenger didn't have to wear like a red rose or something like that in order to identify himself. They would just be like, I was told to leave this letter with you and give it to the innkeeper.
yeah, okay. So yeah, I go into the inn.
Okay, so you two were staying and going into arranged rooms, lodging
At
for
the
everyone
Gilded
at the
Yeah.
at the Gilded Harp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when I go in to speak to the innkeeper, I'm going to try to do sort of You remember in Pirates of the Caribbean where he's like, how about 3 shillings and we forget the name? Welcome to Port Royal, Mr. Smith. You know, I'm going to try and pull one of those. I have a fairly high charisma, so I'm going to try and quietly pull the innkeeper aside and be like, yes, I want to make reservations for our party, and, best if we not draw a huge amount of attention to our party.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll your. Well, what skill are you intending to use here?
I was going to ask what you think is better, but diplomacy, I think, is probably the most fitting skill-wise.
Yeah, I mean, in these contexts, anyone can feel free to make a case for whatever, right? Just like in skill challenges, where, like, Jen was like, can I use my knowledge of history to try and find blueberries? And I'm like, no. You may know that there are blueberries in the region, but it won't actually help you find them to know that they'd be downslope from water or something like that, right? Like, you don't know that.
Well, is this...
but, in this case...
What if I tried the case of...
you can intimidate.
I use... Well, no, I'm not going to...
What if you use streetwise to know that, like, this guy might take a bribe?
Well, what I was thinking is using insight to know that this seems like the kind of guy and kind of place where I might be able to make this kind of a request.
Yes. So you could definitely use insight to gauge the situation and be like, you know what? Like, you might go into a place and be like, this place is a shithole. Saying something would only draw attention to me.
Right.
Or as opposed to, you might go into a place and be like, this place is really nice. This is the kind of place where I might have to drop some serious coin to be like, and let's not talk about the fact that
not write down any names.
All right, so I'll go with insight. I'll do that.
Okay, so you go in. It is a very nice inn. Right. It's very well kept. It's
considering we're about to put a price on my head down the street. I'm willing to drop some gold if I have to.
Yes, this is the kind of inn where you would not be expecting to pay silver. They would be the regular rooms would be the 2 gold piece luxury lodgings, and there might be one boss ass room with a suite kind of thing that would have it's a very nice place.
It's posh.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your insight skill.
I'm helping. What did you roll? 18 plus 7.
Better than John.
Better than John.
Yeah, John comes out on a 12.
Well,
I'll
say you guys are rolling separately.
25.
So you rolled a 12 total?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like, this place is posh. You notice all that. And then Kara sort of processes a little faster and arrives at the conclusion that this is the kind of place where, first of all, you will have to drop some serious coin just to get anything.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of place that would be pretty discreet just by its very nature.
Yeah, if you're paying...
It's the kind of place where you're part of what you're paying for is quality service, which includes discretion. So you you sort of intuit that a bribe wouldn't necessarily even be looked upon well. Unless you definitely, like, if you wanted someone to go out and get you something, it's sort of like a place with concierge service and A to B service, where
if we ask for something and tip well,
yes, exactly,
things might happen.
Exactly, and consequently, but if you were just like, give him 2 silver and be like, and let's not mention that we're here, he'd just be insulted.
Okay, I'll share this insight with my brother.
And Drax is basically sort of listening and being like, yeah, that makes sense, because he was getting to the same sort of thing, just not as quickly.
So I actually hand the coins over to my sister and go, and actually, you know what, probably...
I'm not good at the talking part. You do the talking.
At this point, all it is just booking us some rooms. I mean, it would be better if I don't interact with somebody, so that if somebody does come in and talk to the guy, you can't be like, oh yeah,
I do remember a dragonborn coming in here asking for silence.
I will just sort of sneak into the corner and have a drink over the bar. Book us enough rooms for the party, and I throw in the extra gold that I think she's going to need because I didn't collect enough from the party.
We all did get gold as part of your treasure share.
Right.
I told you how much it was outside. Let me just look at it again.
Yeah.
720.
I think the party would be okay with 2 people per room, kind of thing.
No, well,
we could do 3 rooms.
Right.
If we got 720
It's
gold split
120.
across the party,
Everybody can get their own room if they want.
yes.
Fine. So I'll ask for 6 very good rooms.
6 of their normal rooms would be fine. This place is already too posh.
Yeah, just part of your insight is they wouldn't have 6 top-notch rooms. This isn't a giant sweeping cap. They might have 1 or 2
So
of the like.
6 acceptable rooms.
Right, we don't...
I'm going to say you know enough not to be like, I would like 6 acceptable rooms.
Try to keep low on the cockroaches, eh?
I'd like some rooms with no piss stains, please.
I know it's hard for your kind, but
But make it happen. Yeah, would they even have 6 rooms?
Yeah, they'll have 6 regular.
Well, you can go up and ask. I mean, like it's not like a 2-room shack.
No.
But I mean, I don't know. They may be all full.
They might be. I will inquire about
All right, so you come up to sort
6
of.
rooms.
There's at the bar. Basically, there's a person serving drinks, like a barmaid kind of person, and then there's like
The reception.
stereotypical innkeeper-looking dude. You know, like he's well dressed, and he's very well kept, and but he's got like an apron on, and he's giving orders to people and like clean up there. And
He's obviously in charge.
he's definitely in charge.
Clean up on aisle 4.
Clean up in aisle 4. There's baby vomit. Strike now. Babies are vomiting all over the place.
Oh
in
my
this inn.
goodness.
Who let that baby in?
Did that baby pay? All right, then clean up the vomit.
So yes, I will attempt to politely get his attention.
Oh yeah, definitely. As soon as you walk up to sort of like looking like a customer kind of thing, he immediately stops yelling at the staff and focuses right in on you and says, "Welcome to the Gilded Harp. How may I help you?"
Hello. Me and my friends are in town, and we were wondering if you'd have 6 rooms that we could rest in.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't have 6 rooms free right now. We've got 3 rooms free, but I can't push people out of their existing commitments. So
3 would be acceptable. We'll make it work. Thank you.
all right. Well, it's 2 gold a night, and with that you get dinner and a light breakfast.
Sounds lovely. We'll pay up front.
He looks eager at your offer to pay completely. This is uncommon. You know, normally you'd pay half or something like that. So he's like, So you just give him the 6 gold.
Yeah, for 1 night for now, and if we decide we want to stay longer.
If you want more, just let me know. I'll hold the rooms as long as you're in them.
Thank you very much.
He says, and he turns around. He says, "Do you have any bags? Where are the rest of your friends? I suppose you don't need 3 rooms for the 2 of you."
No, they'll be along shortly. They're just looking around town.
Like I said, I had actually snuck off.
Yeah,
to
but
the
you guys
end.
came in together and then sort
Yeah.
of cased the joint, and then you went and sat at the bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's very perceptive, apparently, this innkeeper dude.
So yes, we do have some of our belongings with us, I would assume.
Yeah, you guys have tied your horses up outside at the hitching
Yeah.
post or whatever, I assume.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a charge for
I
parking?
just sort of assumed that we can.
Yeah.
Is there a charge for parking?
No.
Is a valet hitching?
There's
on the horse.
There's no charge for parking, but you would be expected, like hitching up outside is free. But if you want to stable your horses, that's going to
Yes,
cost
we
money.
will mention horses and stabling and all that.
Stabling.
I'm
Yes.
looking to see if there might be something like that on these crazy sheets.
Usually on
probably
the ends,
is,
it actually usually it's rolled into the price.
Possible.
At 2 gold, I would hope so.
Gold-plated bed frame.
Yeah.
Desk.
That's for the horse.
Yep.
Yeah,
these straws?
not everyone has a mount to stable kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I saved you something.
they wouldn't by rote.
Yes. And I'm assuming these rooms have keys that we could get now.
But they'd probably have means to accommodate the horses.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a stable. If you mention your mounts,
Yeah, we all have.
it's an extra gold for all of you, and there you go.
Done.
Good. So I take the little, horse parking pass that goes around the neck.
There's no horse parking path. If you store your horses there and they don't know who the hell you are, they'll just sell them.
I bet that's what I said. They can't remember how all the horses look. You got to put a little tag on them.
No, there's a stable boy and he will remember, especially if he took well.
Generally speaking, certain inns would actually use not a rubber stamp, but just a marking to say which horse was yours.
Chalk or whatever.
Chalk or what the hell was it? Like charcoal.
Ride your horse.
Just charcoal, like fingers in the goo and
Yeah, exactly. Draw a T on it or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
D for the Dragonborn.
Right.
You just check
The room number associated
the
with
cable.
the
Yep, we're good.
horses or with
Slip the stable boy an extra gold, leave with a better horse than I came in.
Yeah, you might upgrade your horse for a gold. So he asked you about who else is in the party that he should be expecting, kind of thing. So he'll give you a key, but he's not going to just hand out the other ones. What will be the point? You guys don't have any of their stuff.
It's true. Yeah.
So he'll just hold the keys for anyone else.
I'll describe the rest of the party.
Okay. Are you going to give names or anything like that, or just
No names, just descriptions.
He takes note of this. You get the impression that he is just like, oh yeah, okay, fine. I'll keep an eye out for a gnome, a ranger, a cleric, and a paladin.
Very shiny paladin.
A very shiny paladin with amazing
wavy
hair. And
good thing you didn't mention his
Sounds like the
race.
start of a bad joke.
a noble paladin, a ranger, and a cleric walk into an inn. And they get a room without any bigotry because it's an awesome inn.
This joke sucks.
What a joke.
I did say a bad joke.
Alright, so you guys go up to your room. It's very nice. It's posh.
I like it.
They on their way up there, basically, as you guys are heading towards there, two sort of like
Bellhops.
inn type workers are running by with an extra large frame bed, and like as you're getting in there, and they're like shuffling around. They put down the giant bed and they're shuffling in for a slightly smaller bed and running about, and like it's a very nice experience at this inn. They're obviously catering to the clientele.
So yes, Drax is going to just basically hide out, chill in his room while he waits for the rest of the party to come back, and we figure it out because
you can't be roaming the city because you're pretty recognizable.
Exactly.
I understand.
Yeah. And so I realize, they don't have the modern amenities of like television or whatever. But whatever like in-room entertainment they've left, I will, do that or attempt to do more wood carving with some wood that I bought.
They'll draw you a bath if you like. That's about as far as in-room entertainment they can get.
A ball and a cup.
I get them to do that. I also ask if they can bring me a few pieces of wood, and I practice my wood carving as well.
Sure.
Meanwhile, I'll go meet up with the rest of the party and inform them that we have...
How are you guys dividing? How are you intending to divide the rooms?
Kara and I will...
You're gonna bunk with Drax and
Pock and
Dick and
Pock and Richard.
Pock and Richard and Mary and
Zania.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave the two zealots together, of course.
You hear a quiet, whispered discussion all night. It's like, God damn it!
Don't they ever sleep? Open the door. They're both asleep.
They talk in their sleep.
They
argue in their sleep. Well, I know where they are, so I will make my way down to the other inn with the wild pony on it.
Okay. So while she's setting all that up, you guys are heading
pretty much.
Wild
These
Pony.
two are going in, and Neri and I are just riding to the halfway point between the two inns. He's going in to deliver. He's going in.
Riding.
Riding. And Richard is going to be going in pretty much as a tavern barfly, to wait.
You look like a drunk. In you go.
No, just that he can actually. He's a human. Let's put this in this way.
I'm the one that's least likely to attract attention.
A human ranger is just sort of like, whatever.
He's coming in
like
out of the woods. Exactly.
In this place.
So he's going in as nondescript human ranger number 34 to go and sit down and have a drink and talk about wilderness stuff while waiting to see whoever comes by to pick up the letter.
Okay, and you're going to just go in and...
Drop off.
You go in.
Go in.
You walk into the inn.
I think my constitution is shit.
You're gonna get pissed drunk again and then pass out and miss it.
Yeah, that's never happened before.
That you remember?
The other party, the
Different
other
game.
campaign. Your drunken first mate,
Yeah.
constantly passing out and missing things.
Yeah,
Yes.
That was awesome.
it was.
So yes, okay, you go in. This inn is more of a standard inn. It's not the high end one that
fancy
that you
schmancy
guys just
one.
got roomed at, and it's not like just a shitty drinking establishment. Kind of like here's where they have cheap beer and lots of fights. It's the place that merchants would stay at if they were in town.
Yeah, so it's like a middle ground in that.
Yeah, exactly. It is definitely the middling type inn in this town, and this is common. A lot of towns have, one shit inn for the workers, where basically, like the servants and stable boys might go, where they can get crappy beer for a copper. Here, you might be able to get, decent beer for a silver, or nice stuff for gold kind of thing, or more silver. And it's the kind of place where there'd be less bed bugs and fewer urine stains, that kind of thing.
That's good.
Exactly. It's not a crazy clean, like spick and span place like you just got out of.
The difference between going to the Radisson or going to a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you sort of go in first and sit down at the bar, Richard. How long are you going to wait before you go in?
I give him, say, 15 minutes or so. Just
Okay, so
let him
you-
settle in.
So you sort of stroll in and you take a look at the place, and you get a pretty quick concept of what it's like. There are lots of everybody's sort of not poshly dressed, well dressed, but not full of like tattered holes.
Right.
You definitely fit in here.
Okay.
It's
Basically, I'll order a hot meal and drink.
okay. So there's a sort of a fat jolly fellow behind the bar who greets you warmly as you come in. And he says, welcome to the Wild Pony. Come in. He sort of like shoves you over to a chair and like shoves you down. And he's like, what can I get for you? Are you new in town? He's very boisterous and excitable and
Just
friendly.
passing through town. I just like a hot meal and a nice ale to go with it.
Sure.
Hey.
Say, yep, absolutely. What would you like? We've got stew, or we've got fowl, or we've got lamb tonight. Which would you prefer?
Let's have the stew.
Stew it is. And he sort of shambles off to, yells into the kitchen, stew! What? Not you!
Special sausage! College.
So, as he's screaming into the kitchen, a bar girl comes by and says, what can I get you to drink?
Standard ale, whatever's on tap.
Whatever's on tap.
Whatever.
They do tap barrels here. It's maybe not the colloquialism they might use, but yes. You're like, ale! All right. That'll be 2 copper, kind of.
Yeah.
And you're sort of expected to pay for the drinks up front, so whatever you pay her. And she goes back and comes back fairly quickly with fairly passable ale.
You're wrong.
Oh, which one?
Check on the.
Oh, okay.
Yep, still here. Pooping up a storm. Woohoo!
Anyhow, keep going.
So yes, you're hanging out for a little bit, and you gave him about 15 minutes. So just as you're digging into your food as Paul comes in.
All right.
So you sort of see the same thing. As you come in, you get the same kind of treatment that Mark got. You know, the fat innkeeper sort of waddles up to you and he's like, welcome to the pony, welcome. You know, like, what can I get for you?
Oh, I'd like a good drink, and also my boss told me I need to deliver this letter.
And he's like, oh, letter, sure. Who am I keeping it for? Is it for me? I love letters.
Oh, he hasn't told me. I'm just...
All right, well, let's see it.
Here,
He takes the letter, he looks at it, he's like, oh, all right, sure, I know what to do with these. And he takes it and sort of puts it into one of his apron pockets and wanders off and sort of, again, shuffles you off towards a chair, and like a gnome-sized chair. Mm-hmm. There are some. It's odd,
table
actually.
as opposed to a bar stool.
Yeah, exactly. He shuffles you over and pushes you in. He's like, what can I get you to drink? What do you have?
Oh, a nice glass of mead if you'd have one.
He turns around and yells at the bar, mead! Anything to eat?
What do you have?
There's stew, lamb, or fowl.
I haven't had lamb.
Options I gave before.
I haven't had lamb in a while. I'll think I'll have some of that.
You guys, the volume down a bit. Storm are waking up again.
But Zoe loves lamb.
She does.
Yes, she doesn't like waking up right now and getting crotchety. Mommy doesn't like that. The mommy hurts people.
So yes, he bellows for lamb and mead, and the bar girl comes up and delivers your mead
And I pay her.
Yep, and off he goes. So,
and then as the barmaid's giving me my drinks and everything, ask like I need to use the I need to pee.
Facilities?
You're like, facilities. She drops off your meat and you're like, I need to put potty.
This drink
I need the facilities.
Drink
Where
my better.
I need to use the facilities. Where might I go?
She points you in the direction of outhouses at back.
Alrighty. So I try to wander off and try to follow the guy that I gave the letter over the
He's beside the bar.
Oh, he is?
He hasn't gone anywhere.
Okay.
Basically, after he finished yelling at the staff, he went back behind the bar, and everybody that comes in gets the same treatment you do. He's just like, hello!
He's a happy fella.
Unless he knows them, in which case he's like, Norm!
Fair enough.
Yeah, but if he doesn't recognize the person, you get the impression that he's all over them and out to greet them. So yeah, if you want to follow him, you better stay in the room.
No, okay. I'll just stay in the room then.
Well, as far as you could see, he just pocketed it.
I keep an eye on him, but I enjoy my meal.
Okay. You don't notice him doing anything special with it. He's doing the same sort of thing. He's staying in the room. He's cleaning up. Mm-hmm. He's wandering around. He's greeting people. He's socializing almost. Like he's just sitting around. He comes and sits with you and says, "Hey, He pulls over a giant chair to your tiny table and plumps down in it, and he's like, "So what are you doing in town?"
Oh, just traveling. Have my wares that I see if I can unload on some of the people here.
Oh, what are you selling?
I got a bunch of candles and other miscellaneous stuff, or I tell them what I got.
Yeah, you've looted a bunch of miscellaneous hoity-toity goods.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I don't know if you'll find too much of a market for that. You might sell some of that at the Gilded Harp. I'm afraid I don't have any need for such fancy stuff here, but if your wares are good, the Gilded Harp down the street, they love that fancy crap. They just love it. They go crazy for it. Here I spend my money on quality food, but they spend their money on shiny crap. They love it. He goes on for 10 minutes about the shiny crap. Yeah, it's a nice inn, but man, they love shiny crap.
Shiny crap makes me gold, so
there you have it. But spend it, and he gives you a lecture about spending your money wisely.
And I thank you for that.
It's like your grandma, just like, oh my god, sit down. While Ray's getting a lecture about fiscal responsibility from the innkeeper, you're just sort of sitting around. Again, you see the same sort of thing as Ray. People are pouring into the inn, going in and out, getting accosted by the innkeeper in a very jovial manner. The bar girl comes over to you and says, "So, can I get you anything else? What are you doing in town?
No, I think another ale, please. Actually,
Goes off, gets you another ale. Parks down. She sits with you when she delivers it and says, "I haven't seen you before. What are you doing here?"
I'm just traveling from Kolberton.
Ah, Kolberton. Very nice place. Very nice place. I'm from Kolberton myself.
Oh yeah.
Grew up there, but came out here, trying to make my way in the world, and well, here I am.
Oh, we just had the festival going on at the Kolberton now, and
I miss those delicious badger on a sticks. They're so good. She sort of goes on about badger on a stick for a while. She's like, we see the occasional traveler from Kolberton in here. Messengers and whatnot from Kolberton. We get a lot of business through here. So you're just passing through. You're still wearing your Kolberton Ranger garb, right?
No, I would have changed that.
Okay, so you're not wearing that. All right.
No, when I would change out of the.
You're just wearing like specific, not non-specific Ranger garb.
Like just hides and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Chain action.
You're wearing.
Oh, chain?
Yeah, he's upgraded to chain.
Nice.
Because he was sick of getting brutalized. So yeah, she gives you a bit of a, she grills you a little bit about how things are going in Kolberton until the innkeeper yells at her. He's like, "Aren't you supposed to be getting drinks?" And then he proceeds to talk your ear off about fiscal responsibility for another 10 minutes.
Thanks, Gramps.
So the bar girl sort of wanders around and does the same thing. Once he leaves, you get the same treatment from her. She pops by and sits down and grabs over a chair.
Likes to stack off.
Telling more or less the same thing.
So you're just traveling through town, delivering letters. I saw.
Yeah. I got a special letter that just one of my employers told me to deliver.
Oh. Do you deliver many letters for this man?
Once in a while. It's just I never every time I'm in Kolberton, he sends me off to deliver these letters. I never know where they go or who they're for.
Interesting. She seems really interested.
I don't suppose you'd know where they go. I'm just curious.
No, I mean, we get all sorts of letters here. A lot of people come through this town, and when they do, a lot of them leave letters for people.
Yeah.
You chuckling about it.
So what you're saying is Ray is the Pony Express?
Ray is the Pony Express. Ray is a way station on the Pony Express.
He rides a pony.
Yeah. And I wear a fancy hat.
So yeah, we get a lot of letters through here, but Master Gill over there, he accepts all of them, and if someone comes through here matching the description of whoever you left a letter for, well, he'll just give it to him. Yeah, roll a d20.
10.
The halfway point.
Okay, so you get the impression that, as soon as you mentioned letters, she really got interested in what you were talking about. Mm-hmm. And that's about all you get out of it. But she definitely, she was interested before, but she seemed more interested when she started talking about coming in and delivering letters from Kolberton.
Come back to my hotel room. I'll show you all the letters from Kolberton.
You don't get the impression that she's a gnome groupie.
Yeah, no.
This is not the impression that you get.
Now those teeth
Gives me the impression of somebody I should follow, though.
I don't know. All right. So, you guys basically, as you're watching the innkeeper, he's really just sort of holding on to them. And you actually see quite a few more people sort of come through and drop letters off, pick letters up. When he delivers a letter, basically he's got sort of like a little cubby behind the bar. Mm-hmm. And when someone comes in saying, "Have you got any letters for so-and-so?" he basically goes to the cubby and looks at it, and you can see he's just basically
Flipping through
it.
Would I have
He
noticed
might have
that-
something or not.
Would I have noticed if he'd done anything to the letter I gave him?
No, you noticed that he did not do anything.
He kept it on himself.
No, I mean, like, he didn't mark it in any way.
Yeah.
But eventually he did put it into the cubby.
Okay.
So it's being treated like any other letter.
At this point, yes. Yeah, it's being treated like any other letter. He just sockets it away in the cubby and puts it away and doesn't seem to be doing anything special with it. And, you know, like I said, people are coming in and getting letters, dropping letters off. If people are picking up letters, they tend to pay for them, but people dropping them off just no, they just sort of. He seems very amiable. You know, he's happy to take letters.
It's a system.
It's a system. But basically, the night passes, and you don't notice anything special about the letters happening.
Okay.
Like I said, your letter, as far as you can tell, is still socketed away in that cubby. Pardon me. And like I said, but you got a pretty good idea how the system works at this point.
Alrighty.
So you know, come late night / morning, he sort of does a last call thing and starts saying, you know, the bar at least is going to be closing. I mean, this is an inn, so of course he's not kicking everyone out. Yeah. But those who don't have rooms,
you don't have to go home, and you can stay here.
You can stay here. It'll be 2 silver, or whatever I said it was.
5 silver.
5.
Yeah, that's what I said. 5 silver. It was 2 gold.
Are we at the gilded whatchamacallit?
You are at the gilded whatchamacallit.
That's where it's 2 gold.
Yes.
The other place may be 5 silver.
Yes, this place is 5 silver.
There you go.
So he's, you know, basically he's closing up the bar. He's going to go to sleep. So, you know, like John said, you don't have to go home, and you can stay here, but if you want to, it's 5 silver. Or a little bit less if you want to sleep in the common room by the fire kind of thing.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think I'm going to wander out a little. I'm going to go see if I can find the rest of the people I came here with.
So none of the rest of you came into the inn, right? You just sort of... You were specifically staying out of sight. You went to sort of...
Meet up.
You met up with them outside, but didn't go in?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm play the part of the weary traveler and just pass this step by the fire.
yeah, absolutely. You know, he will charge you, it'll just be 2 silver. And you get to... You can put your bedroll anywhere kind of thing. And,
As long as it's out of the way in the morning, right?
Yep. Yeah, if he has to step on you, he may kick you. And you don't want this guy stepping on you. He's big. A large, jolly fellow.
I'm going to stay out of sight. Outside and see who comes out.
Okay. So basically, you know, they clean up a little bit, kind of thing. As you're sort of bedding down, the staff are still, you know, like stacking chairs and tables and cleaning up and everything. But eventually, it really quiets down.
Right.
You guys have met up outside. I'll cut to you for a sec here so you guys can do something. So earlier, basically, you come upon Neri and Zanian sort of lurking about outside, trying not to look suspicious.
We weren't outside the inn. I said we went to the halfway point between the 2 inns and we were waiting there.
Yeah,
right, so they're not lurking outside the inn, like trying to not look suspicious.
They're looking.
We just look like we're travelers who've come into town, pretty much.
Well, I'll inform them that we have rooms at the Gilded Harp, as well as stabling.
Excellent. As soon as the gnome and the human come back, we will go back to that inn.
The gnome and the human.
They're gonna wait a while.
Yeah. So you guys basically, you doing anything special besides?
Probably checking out the nearby shops. We're not leaving this area at all.
Nearby to here, it's sort of like necessity shops. You know, like there's a candle place and there's a miller's place, and you know, like nothing crazy special. You know, like if you needed to buy belt buckles, you could find it. But there's not like a magic shop or anything.
It must also be getting late in the day.
Yes, I mean you guys did arrive towards the end of the day.
Yeah, so some of those stores may be closed.
Yeah, not quite yet, but like soon.
Yeah.
But you know, this is the time of, you know, like it's sort of like just a bit before supper time kind of place.
Zanian trusts Richard to come back with information, and the businessman will have done his job of delivering letters, but he doesn't know where the businessman is right now, so possibly he's trying to assist our good friend Richard, which is hilarious considering how much he was assisting in combat before.
Yes, he did not appear to be very helpful in
Really more of a liability.
Yes.
Alright, so you guys...
But Zanian was also mentioned in previous letters, so there's no way he's showing up at the inn, period.
Wise. So it gets to the
Unless
point
it's to
where...
burn it down.
Like, you guys bum around and go to various shops in the area.
Yeah.
But, like, there's not really anything like... Yeah, if you needed, like, flour, it's a good place to be, but...
No, I was signaling to Jim because he said burn it down, and I'm like, Drax would be up for burning things.
After about an hour or two of waiting, we're just going to retire to the Gilded
Yeah,
Harp.
because it's starting to look like, okay, there's not really anything we can do and not look really suspicious here.
Yeah, at this point.
Alright, so you guys go back into the Gilded Harp, and as you come in...
we don't serve your kind here.
you get a very friendly welcome from the innkeeper. He comes over and he's like, excellent, more travelers. Here's your key. Can I get you anything? You're just like,
My horse needs to be stabled.
Why, just take him out back. Little Tim will not be happy. The stables are out back.
Yes.
Little Tim will be happy to take care of him for you. That's our stable boy.
Little Tim. Out he goes to stable his horse.
Yeah, that's already been covered. We
Yeah.
covered that with
He's figured that his serfs have done their duty.
Yes, these serfs apparently have picked a very nice inn.
Yes.
Very posh.
Bit against what Evangel teaches, but change is good.
So, Neri, you're going to stable your horse too?
I'll let Zanian do that. I want to have a bath.
Neri kicks down the door. I'm here to pray and take a bath.
But possibly not in that order.
So, yes.
Bathes in holy water.
Zanian has no problem stabling
I can
the
actually
horse.
turn the water into holy water. I have a ritual for that.
She does.
I do.
You bathe in holy water.
That would make sense, actually. It would probably be scented, perfumed holy water because it's Corellian.
She carries rose
I will do
petals.
that, actually, yes. I will bless the water and make it holy water.
So, yeah, basically, you're like...
Zanian, you're not allowed in the water.
He comes in and gives you a key, and you're like, here's the key to your room. You're like, I want a bath.
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, let it
Like, I need a bath.
Like, a bunch of guys run by with a tub, like a copper tub, and then like run upstairs. And like, there's like a bucket brigade as they run up and down, filling this thing.
Bucket brigade.
That's how they did
There's
it.
no running water in this inn, despite how posh it is.
I was just imagining having a team dedicated to call them the Bucket Brigade.
Or they wouldn't have like a hot spring bath or something.
No, they would.
No, there's no
bring
hot
out
spring
the
here.
Bath and fill it up, bucket by bucket.
But yes, basically, there's somewhere where they're filling up and boiling kettles of hot water, and somebody grabs a thing of hot water, runs over and fills up a copper tub full.
Mary's impressed by the room.
It's a very nice room.
Yeah, it's worthy of
it's
worthy
of a satin blade.
So,
Yes.
so Drax did have a good idea. Drax did good.
Drax finally did.
This is going to mention no Drax, you did good.
Hey,
Drax could at least pick an inn.
And keeping around to get all the good inns.
So yes, they run in.
for a guy who spends most of his time in dungeons, he has oddly high standards for inns.
After trekking through all this gruel for...
I want to be pampered.
Was he trekking through much gruel?
Yes. Dungeons eat a lot of stuff.
Why do they throw so much soup at me?
Why did I go into the soup dungeon and not bring a spoon? Just a fork.
I didn't want any more.
Oh my god.
Yes, I went there.
Oh my god.
Jim, it's like 10,000 knives, and all you need is a spoon in this case.
So yes, you managed to get a very quick hot bath. They're very prompt. Like as you're getting up, as you're heading towards your room, like one guy grabs your bag, another two guys run by with a copper bathtub on their heads and go up the stairs, and like a bunch of guys with buckets are going by. You're like, good God, this place is seriously energetic.
They must know my last name.
They must. How quaint.
They don't.
Actually, no,
Nobody has asked for any.
That's
Yes, she's not going to confirm that. She'll just assume.
That's
Damn
true.
right.
They can see how important I am. Just
Exactly.
So yes, you have a very relaxing bath while Laney is outside currying your horse and putting it away and stabling it and dealing with little Tim.
The stable boy.
Little Tim the stable boy.
Meanwhile, another human and another gnome took the last room.
No.
Well, no, none of you guys gave names.
Descriptions,
If you
not
and the
names.
gnome showed up, he was just like, "Oh, a paladin and a cleric. Here you go." Well, you gave an actual physical description, but you know, if a gnome and a human showed up, they might get your rooms because you didn't give names. But that doesn't happen. You're fine. Your rooms are secure, although apparently neither of you are coming to claim them yet.
Yeah.
So it cuts back. Richard is asleep on the or in his bunk, in his bed on the floor near the hearth, and Pock is sort of hanging out outside, just sort of waiting to see if anyone leaves, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you see a bunch of inn workers departing, like the various people. The innkeeper, you don't see him leave. He stays here. But you see, like the cook goes out, and some of the tavern wenches go out, and some of the cleaning staff, for lack of a better word, leave, and some of them go into the stable and just sort of sleep in the hayloft kind of thing, and others just wander off into the town.
So I try to set my bunk where I can see the mail
cubbies.
Yeah.
Okay.
The letter.
So yeah, as far as you can tell, that letter's still there. You guys been watching for it.
Name your mace. We already have a name for it.
Okay.
Continue.
Where was I?
I was distracted by your pantomime.
As you should be.
You're like, I was like,
Jim
dude,
flushed
playing
the rage.
baseball? What's going on over there?
Confusion.
No, it's Banff Strike.
I figured it out after he said
The
it was
mace's
about
name
the
was
mace.
Justice.
Yes.
Justice.
Her mace's name is Justice.
Yep.
We made that joke, I think, 2 sessions ago.
Is
And
it
I'm
a
like,
red, white, and blue mace?
well, I named my horse.
It's not American.
Freedom?
No. That's her horse. She likes freedom.
I wield justice and right freedom.
Jim's horse was
Your
named.
fists are named.
No, he named his pony Clip Flop.
No, what did Jim name his horse? It was.
My Chocobo?
No, you named your horse at the start. We jokingly named it at the start of the adventure.
I can't
As he was riding through the woods, like. I don't remember what it was.
I never had a horse. This
I
is
got
the first
nothing.
horse I had.
No.
You don't remember what happened at the start. Anyway, whatever.
There was a horse. Yeah,
we told the joke about your horse being named. You said you were riding stoically and silently or something like that. And,
Oh, yeah.
and we said you named your horse stoically and silently. Or whatever it was.
Determined silence.
Yeah, that's it. You named your horse Determined Silence.
I'm like, finally.
Ironically, he's the noisiest fucking horse ever. All the damn time. Won't shut up. So basically, it gets to be sort of like later and later at night. It's bloody quiet in the inn. You're sort of like, most of the people from the inn have left.
Yeah.
But come like, let's say 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, Mark, you hear sort of like footsteps coming from upstairs. Jen's doing the footsteps.
Do you see someone take the letter, or are we going to have to set a trap?
let's find out.
Or a lure.
Or a lure. No, as you're watching, you hear some quiet footsteps, and basically you see that curious, chatty tavern wench come up and sort of start leafing through all the various letters, until eventually she sort of grabs one, stuffs it down her bra, and starts to leave.
I'm not going to stop her.
All right.
She's leaving through the front door? Or through
She's going out the kitchen door,
the
basically.
kitchen door?
So that's sort of like on the side of the inn.
Okay.
It doesn't lead out right into the main drag, but
And I guess I'll slowly follow her.
Yes, auto fey or hey.
Mark's like, oh, so that's who it was.
She's going to be working tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's an option.
Yeah.
So you basically track her basically. So
I notice her.
yes, it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're like.
And I wake up.
Well, you're still awake, but you're fucking drowsy at this point. You're like, oh god, where am I?
Yeah, but when I notice,
because you're just sort of like lurking in the shadows, watching for people to leave the inn, and then basically this barmaid who you remember, the one who you remember being all curious and whatnot, leaves from the side door at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
all right, well, I'm a little more alert because this is what I was
yes,
looking
you wake
for.
up immediately, and as you're sort of watching to see what happens, you see like she leaves, and then like there comes Richard out after her.
Yeah, I stay out of sight but follow them.
Okay. Let's see.
Richard was in on it the whole time.
Oh my god. You're the end boss, aren't you?
My stealth's 11.
right.
If that's it. At all
Stealthy
relevant.
Richard, the axe misser. That's why you miss. It's on purpose. You don't want to kill the halflings.
Mark, what's your stealth?
Much lower.
Stealth?
Mine's 11. I can feasibly do it if I'm not.
I assume you are trying to be stealthy.
Of course.
Where are you going, lady? He could have been.
Hey, I want some ale!
He could have been going to confront her. I don't know.
That's Zanian's approach, is just cut her off and be like, where are you taking... Oh my god!
If Zanian and Drax were doing this, we'd like be intimidating the fuck out of this.
So your stealth, you said, is 11?
Yeah.
There would be many tears.
Okay.
So am I trying to stealth and plate mail?
Pants would be shot.
No, your stealth is fairly successful.
Pants to be darkened.
In fact, you're both, despite the fact that you rolled shit as balls, she rolled even shittier.
It's not because she's done this so many times without being followed that she doesn't give a shit, in all honesty.
Not suspecting.
Yeah, you know what? It could have gone either way, but I was like, oh man, she's totally going to spot a two. Never mind then.
Can't wait to get this letter back. Yep, this one letter.
Mark
Were you
rolled a
doing a
5.
straight roll against him?
Not a straight roll. It's modified by his stealth and by her, whatever I assigned her for perception.
Yeah, right.
But, like I said, she rolled the 2.
It's sort of like
She rolled low enough that she's
fuck
not
it.
spotting anybody.
Exactly. She rolled low enough that even with Mark's... What did you say your stealth was?
3.
Yeah. Mark's modified 5 is... Her perception is not that great either. She's a barmaid, not a trained woodsman.
Yeah, if she was a bartender, maybe.
Well, bartenders are pretty astute. And innkeepers, as you saw, are very astute.
They know their stuff.
They know their shit. Barmaids know...
the negatives.
Mine's a 1.
Good thing Allie's not doing the stealth thing, is what you're saying?
No, I have negative
He's
1.
not doing the
Negative.
Mine's only a 1.
Go the fuck to bed.
No, that's my
Chase rings.
Quick, they're getting away!
No, that I
Gotta go fast.
do an upgrade to Active Directory schema tonight, so that was my reminder.
Alright. Oh, we should probably be calling it soon.
Yeah, so I'll get to the next key point, basically, and then we'll stop.
And then we'll come.
So, which is... So, basically, so you guys managed to follow her out of the town. She sort of leaves and heads... She grabs a hooded lantern from somewhere she's carrying with her. You didn't notice. Basically, on her way out, she grabbed one. And she's got... so it's a hooded lantern, so it's not shedding a whole ton of light, but enough that she can see, and you guys are behind her. So both of you notice each other incidentally. Okay? So you both... you both notice each other.
Pantomime.
What the hell is that guy doing? I don't know.
You want me to steal her bra?
Some sort of weird gnome dance.
Businessman might get away with that. Richard, however, would not.
Well, in our experience, he probably wouldn't get away with it. He would probably be like, "Look, a leprechaun." She'd be like, "What?" And he'd be like taking off his own shirt. Wait, no, damn it!
You can have this.
Hey,
Anyhow,
I'm
continuing
pretty
on.
good at bluffing.
Anyway,
So yeah, you basically follow her out of town, and she follows sort of like it's like a goat track kind of trail, where basically it's a trail through the woods, but it's not exactly.
The beaten path.
Yeah, it's not the kind of thing you might have noticed it. You definitely wouldn't have noticed it, kind of thing. And she just sort of follows it through the woods, and she goes off. And nearby, basically, like she walks for a good half hour, 45 minutes kind of time through the woods, fairly carefully, but still making pretty good time. And eventually she gets to...
Grandma's house.
Yes. And inside there's Little Red Riding Hood, and... no, she gets to sort of... It's like a cavern, basically, entrance kind of thing. And as she's getting close to it, you can hear, basically, like... you hear somebody call out something, and you hear her respond in some way. And then she goes off down into the cavern.
Did either of these guys make out the response?
No, it was quiet. It was the kind of thing that was like not
Cloak and dagger.
It wasn't whispered because you could hear someone was being said, but you're far enough back that she can't.
I wouldn't have followed close enough to
perceive you.
risk
So yeah, like
Right beside her.
what are you doing? Nothing. Could you repeat that last thing? What was your secret code again? I forgot. So yeah, you can hear voices but not make out the voices.
How dumb is this user? That might work sometime.
How many people are there?
You only see one person.
Okay.
I mean, you see two people, her and
other than her, there
sentry type person. But basically, he was sort of hiding in the woods, and as she's coming up, he challenged her. You don't even really see where he was at first until he sort of came out. So he was pretty well hidden. And then she basically goes off into the cavern. You can't see her. So anyway, we can cut it there. Since that is an appropriate place and time to stop.
Clean up noises.
Well, turn off your light.
Actually, since I got something that I can ask that's sort of, an hour or so back in game time or whatever, but when she ran the bath, did you kick Xanian out?
No,
He wasn't in yet.
he was still outside currying the horses. And
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured
when he came back, the room was locked.
No.
No.
Ending the recording there.